Welcome to the second episode of Beau Knows. I need a theme song. Like, Beau Knows, Beau Knows, Beau Knows. Boop, 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 boop. Today I'm answering questions tonight about kids. And I'm doing it with my kid in the room. So anyone on the fence about it, you'll probably hear him in the background yelling or crying or reaching for me. And, I'm giving you a little taste of what's to come. He's so cute. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi? Okay, I'm already a minute in, so I need to hurry up. So I'm just going to jump right in to my very first question, which is a doozy. And I haven't really thought about how to answer it yet. Dear Beau Knows, hi. I've been happily married and kid-free for 6 years to the love of my life. We have an awesome life, run our own business, and travel. My husband is several years older than me and has started talking about children. Dun, dun, dun. He doesn't want to be an old dad. And I've recently turned 31, and although I wanted kids before, now I'm not so sure. And I don't want my life to change. I don't want to give up my business. I don't want to be pregnant. I keep putting him off every year, but now it's becoming a point of contention between us. He reminds me that we talked about having kids before we got married. I fear that if I don't give him a baby, he will leave me. I'm really torn on what to do and looking forward to some outside advice. Thank you. Childless and loving it. That's hard. That's really hard. He was an accident, so surprise. Accident's got a bad connotation. Yeah. But he was a surprise, so we didn't really have this okay, so enough mooning over him. I don't really have any advice for this. This is like outside of my realm. But I do have some things that I think you could think about. Having kids changes everything. And I thought that was just a cliche. I was really tired of people saying it, but it was true. It was absolutely true. Especially for you, the mom. And that's just the way it is. Your kid's going to be attached to you. You know, maybe you'll nurse, maybe you won't nurse. If you nurse, there's another level of attachment from their side where they like your mommy and your food. I need that. Okay. So that's the thing. Your husband wanting to be an old dad is valid. If you're already 31 and he's maybe close to 40, of course he may not have the same biological clock that women have, but he's still got a ticking thing back here, and that's absolutely valid because nobody wants to be 80 years old watching their kid graduate. Especially if you guys talked about having kids. I know life moves so fast. And 7 years ago, 8 years ago, you probably thought, that's so far away. Like, of course we're going to want that when we get to that part of the road. Who knew you'd already be there in the blink of an eye? It just goes like that. And having kids isn't something... I think the decision to have children or not have children, if this is really going to end up dividing you guys, is something that you can't take away from someone, and it's something that you can't have forced on you, right? So, in that way, that's why it's hard to have any advice, because I don't want your marriage on what I say. But if he wants children, having children is a wonderful thing to do if you really truly want it, and you should have it if you're going to be a good parent and you're dedicated. And if you really, really don't want children, then you really, really shouldn't have children. And whatever that means for you guys, it's going to be a lot of, I think, really honest conversation with each other and with yourselves. Because I can't really imagine being put in that situation, or being in that situation with someone that you love, like the love of your life, you know? But you don't want him to look back and resent you from not giving you children. You don't want to look at your children and feel resentment because you didn't have your career. So I don't have any advice. I just really feel bad for you and your husband. And I hope that you guys find a solution. And I think that you guys really need to sit down and do some soul searching and maybe visit with a counselor and spend time with kids, even though it's not the same because your own babies are, they're yours. And I think that's it. And I'm sorry that I don't have more to say about it. So that's it. Next question. Oh, that's rough. That's so bad. I should have a solution. Boo-boo! Here's a baby. That's my makeup. And you're chewing on it. Okay. Next question. Dear Beau knows, my husband and I like 2 different names for our soon-to-be born daughter. We can't come to a compromise and we hate each other's choices. We've agreed to name her middle name after both of our grandmothers, but we can't find middle ground on the first name. What should we do before we kill each other? I want my name. It's really simple. You gotta pick a different name. You gotta pick a different name. Just find something you guys both love. And you guys already have the family attachment in the middle name. Move the middle name to the first name, and then find a new middle name. Otherwise, you guys just gotta find a new name. That's it. That's all I got. Dear Beau knows, I'm a single mother to a 3-year-old little boy. He is the best thing in my world. Me and his dad rarely talk. We only discuss things about our son. His dad was recently engaged to a girl I've never met. Honestly, I didn't even know he was dating anyone. Last week, my son came home and told me that she spanked him. I don't spank my son. We have a gentle parenting plan. I told my ex that this is unacceptable. He only half answered me. We don't have a parenting plan between the 2 of us. We just switch off weeks. But I don't want my son spending time with her. I have no idea her background or how she is with kids, but I can't take time away from my son's dad. I don't want to come off as the crazy ex because I could give a shit less about that because I could give a shit less about that fucker. I like this girl. I like this girl a lot. But nonetheless, he is my son's father. So what would you do? Single mama bear. You don't really sound like much of a bear to me. And I can't really tell you what I do because I think that would be insinuating violence. And I'm no Donald Trump. But I really need to gather my thoughts on this because it wouldn't be pretty on my end of things if any unsolicited bitch put their hands on my child. Done. And for his father, you said you had a gentle parenting plan? I assume that you 2 have that together. And for his father to let her spank his son? Too much. Okay, where do I start? My opinion, regardless of your past with your ex, your past with his father, you 2 need to have more communication than, let me just shoot you a text about our kid really quick. Because if you don't know the person that he's engaged to, you don't know how they run their house, you don't know what happens over there. So half of the time, or however often that he has your son, you don't know anything about his life. You don't know what kind of woman this is. And honestly, if she's really that involved, she doesn't even know that you guys have a gentle parenting plan. Or if she does know that, she completely disrespects that. You need to get in the same room. If this woman is going to be married to him, to your ex, and be your son's stepmother, you need to be in the same room with her and parent together. You figure that out. Even if you never have to see them again, you need to get this shit down on paper. Because this is your son's life. And whatever happened between you and him, it doesn't matter. You created this new baby, And this baby deserves the best chance that he has from all sides. And that means swallowing your fucking pride. I'm sorry I said the F word. I said I wasn't going to say the F word. I'm on a roll. Swallowing your pride and being a mama bear. And that doesn't mean you need to go and rip somebody's head off, because honestly, you don't even know what he's saying to her. Who knows? But it means that you need to be very, very clear about how your son is to be raised, whether he's in your house or your ex's house. Because this distance between you guys, this like, I didn't even know he was engaged kind of stuff, it's not building a solid family unit for him. You know? Like, you guys don't have to really have anything to do with each other, but in the long run, you're going to be involved in each other's lives. So there needs to be that common ground, those common understandings. And listen, I've seen some of my best friends go through situations like this, and I mean, and worse maybe. And I'm coming from a point of privilege where I don't have to deal with that BS. So it's really easy for me to sit back and say, you need to handle this like this. You know, that is only my advice and you asked me my advice. I think for the benefit of your son, you need to have a conversation with these people face to face and be very clear about how it's going down. You know, that is what I would do, regardless of what my relationship was with that other person. Or I'd take my son and I'd move to Bali. But I'm not suggesting you do that. So that's it. That's all I have. That's a really hard show because I didn't really have much advice, maybe. I don't know. I kind of did. Anyway, I've got advice for everyone. Everywhere. Don't vote for Donald Trump. Okay. I guess I'll see you back in Africa if you do. Half of me. I don't know what they do with my people. Do we just half of us get to stay and the other half has to go back? I'll go. I'll go. From the box to the cup.